do believe I am alive. Yes, I appear to be having some camera difficulties. They will be resolved. Meanwhile, how about some words to describe what I am feeling? On edge, edgy, limbo, between living and death, between truth and lies. One man's truth is another's lie. And the world always turns, right? Yeah. So today, it's July 8th, 2020, and I am here in California. What is real? What is lies? Are you ready? Are you sure? No going back, you know? Onward into the beyond is all one ever has. Is. Still ready? Imagine this. You are clinging to a rope and surrounded by a strange mist that glows. You choose the color. The rope vanishes above and below you. And you hear a voice that comes from all directions. Let go. Let go. There we go. Camera on. A little different here. A little different setup. Not so cluttered, but quick reminder, wake up. You heard it. Wake up. Stand up and speak up while you can. Yeah. Get rid of that. Yeah, I like that. Move the hearts, or the heart. So, welcome. My name is Joseph, and this is Dreaming Reality with God and music, which I'm listening to right now. Wish I could play it for all what's playing. Currently, Jackson Browne just started playing, Running on Empty. And, yeah, I kind of feel that way. Just high energy of late, the past week. Yeah, I don't want to get caught up in that. So, yeah. First swing at the ball. Park. It's over there. If you are here looking for new Mandela effects, then you're not going to find them. on my behalf. New is not mentioned in the title, nor is it in the description below, which I just recited for the most part. Mandela effect is something that is a very big part of my consciousness. I'm very aware of it. I don't focus on it in the way that I did, searching for the answer to all of it. Because I don't think there is. As far as Mandela effect, if you're new here and have no idea what I'm talking about, because there are people out there that do not know what the Mandela effect is. It is an idea, a thought, believed, embraced, whereby reality is not a fixed point in the way that we have been going through time, history. Days go by, the weeks, months, years. That is only a small aspect of the bigger picture. And in that bigger picture, reality is not constrained to the limitations that humans have set upon this world. It's one of those that doesn't take a rocket scientist to come to that point of view, that perspective on what's going on. We are governing the direction of the world. We are the, dare I say it, masters of Earth. The human species, the human race, all of us collectively represent a master. Because we are calling the shots. I mean, I'm not seeing any animals at the table. Not that they aren't. Not that they wouldn't. Humans are not doing so good on the planet. They're not treating it kindly. They just aren't. It's just this one continuous crap that's taking place. Excess, waste. Mandela effect, for me, shows me, I think the biggest thing is that reality is not constrained, that reality can be endless realities. Endless realities. And we are only witnessing one for the most part. As a whole, there's only one. But there's more. There's more happening. a lot more. I have memories of a reality where things are not as they are. And I'm not alone. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions have come to made the same call and acknowledge that something is amiss here. I know who I am. All these people know who they are. It's not always a memory, a misremembering. It's just not. There's just some things about us, who we are, that make us who we are, that we have been building upon from the moment we began to have an interaction with whatever it may be. A movie. Star Wars is a very easy one. Everybody, for the most part, knows Star Wars, identifies with Star Wars. I do. I have been there from the beginning, 1977, watching the first one, or number 4, I guess, on a big, huge screen in a theater. Things about that film that just don't make sense to me anymore. And they don't make sense to many others. Now, I could just spend every day trying to figure out, what does it mean? Why? Why did it change? It's easy to do that. Especially because I don't think one, for the most part, is ever going to find the answer that they're looking for. I think that there's an issue of power and control here, personal power, personal control. Just who are you? Are you worthy to control the flow of any reality? I think a lot of people are looking for that. They would willingly accept, say, a token that embodied, empowered itself with such a gift to its bearer. Open hands. I think many, maybe all, would have their hands out. For me, that's what I've gotten out of the Mandela effect. Reality can change. Who's changing it? How are they changing it? And I'd like to get in on a piece of that. I don't want it all. Never have. That's the problem with this world. It's a very self-oriented world. The self is all-powerful. To reach that, to be the most of anything, really. That's what drives the mindset of this world. I think the Mandela effect was simply there at a time in mankind's need to not give up. Because this world is crazy. It was crazy back when the Mandela effect started popping up, and it just gets crazier. I think the Mandela effect was simply there to show the simple mind. Anything is possible. Huge change can happen. Just like that. Incredible. It can happen. It is happening. Right now. Huge change. Things you would never have put time into a second thought. If even a first. And here it is. Here we are. The world is, I don't know. I for the most part, I find myself less and less watching random, I guess, just seeing what's there, and it's kind of sticking to a couple. I like Carl Tuckerson. I think that he should be on. That should just be one of the few that seems to get it, can see what's taking place on so many levels. That's the hard thing, is to embrace all of, it's not just one thing. You can't just focus on one thing and it's gonna fix itself by fixing it. Everything else, like dominoes, would just fall into place. That's not what's gonna happen. The Mandela effect, again, puts one into a mindset that anything is possible. Anything. Reality can change, which simply means that there's not just one reality, obviously. There has to be, at minimum, two. And if there's two, there's no reason to deny 3, 4, 5, 6. Catered to you. To each of you. Your own reality. That's what it comes down to. You get to that point in evolution, I guess. The mind. You come to that point where you can see a door. And you know it's there because you've seen it before in your dreams. You even opened it. You have. You've opened that door. There's a door before us, before me, before you, that you have to acknowledge that it's there in order for it to work. For it to be acknowledged is how it works, how anything works. I have to acknowledge you or any other. If I could ignore, serves no point. Mandela effect. I said, I don't, it's become a side note for me. I am focused on reality and dreams, and the door that I see, when I open it, I can see that dream right over there, right through the door. It's how close. And I know here, in this space, on this side of the door, that reality doesn't work the way it does in a dream, but I am aware of why I know that, and that is because in a dream, you have total free will. There is no thing as possible, because all is possible. There are no limiting parameters other than the mind, how much one allows their mind to express itself on that level, in that level, on that level. Dream reality now. Right now. Right now is all there is, all there ever was, and ever will be. I've never known anything other than now. 20 years ago, it wasn't 20 years ago, it was now. Dream reality now, because the clock is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock. I think it's time for another swing at the ball. Do you think? I mean, I could go on all day talking Mandela effect and different Mandela effects and how it's affected me personally, how I've seen it affect others, how it affects us all, those who acknowledge it. Like I said, I have numerous examples of this that have left me, I don't know what's going on other than to accept reality is not set in stone. It can be molded and changed. It's like a radio dial that you can turn. It's still reality, but it's not the same reality, but it's still on that same band that contains all the radio channels, frequencies. Same thing, I think. And with understanding that many are coming to, as far as what is all this, what is reality, what is space, the universe, time, matter. So I was going to move on to UFOs, because that was mentioned in the title. UFOs have been on my mind, always are. I know a lot of people are afraid of the topic. They tend to I can't say either you do, because I don't know. I am a firm believer, knower, that the universe, we're not alone. We're just not. I don't perceive time in the way that this world functions on. Got your watch on, counting down the minutes and seconds, and allotting all of those minutes to certain activities and time. See, UFOs it's one of those. It's where do you begin? Where do you start? Because it's so complex, but it's so easy. It can be if you allow yourself to slow down and think about what you're committing to. I believe that life is endless. I do believe it takes a certain type of life, a certain type of mind, in order to continue on and continue to propagate, I guess. I don't want to get into my third swing at the ball yet. But I would think that that is just the reality, that is what is taking place all around us. We're waiting for it. As far as time goes, if we do want to measure time, we haven't been looking all that long. Not in the way that we are now. Not so focused and with the tools, the physical tools anyways, to look, to record, capture. We didn't have it 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago. Not that people weren't looking, not that people weren't seeing, but it's just not the way it is now. Government. I always have said, well, not always, but for quite a while now, I have rested with governments don't know hardly anything, not that much more than the public knows. I mean, people want a UFO to land on the White House lawn. I have no objections to one landing on your lawn. How many people have that sentiment, wanting a UFO to land on their lawn? And is the world ready for that? What do you think would happen if a UFO landed on somebody's lawn? It wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen because of us, our people, our governments, city, county, state, and federal, even world, because the world would just converge on such an event. Meanwhile, at the top is going to be the military, because they have the means to keep you out and away. And that's going to be exactly what would happen. If it took blocks, that's what would happen. You'd be told to get out. Get out of your house. You got to go. We've arranged a room in a hotel, whatever they have to do to ease, keep you from having any dis-ease. It's not going to happen. It's not. The government knows that. Because the government knows what it would do. It would converge. It would be right there first, pretty much. I mean, it wouldn't take long. Guess it'd make a good movie. You could turn it into some kind of a movie event. Contact. It's not going to happen. Like I said, government knows what it would do, and so do they. Whatever this is, UFOs. I want to know, don't you? I believe we are not alone. As far as time goes, we've just barely stepped onto the scene. Things were happening long before we came on stage. And look what we're doing with our time. I'm confused. And I feel if I were an observer from another world, another reality, whatever, just external to this, coming here and observing, I would be saying to myself, whatever myself was, I don't get it. Why are they doing this? And I do not see why would you want to knock on their door, land on their lawn, and then knock on their door and say, hey, hi, I noticed you got this going on here. What can you explain to me? What it's all about? What's going on? I think when I imagine somebody in that situation, knock at the door, and it's not Ed McMahon, and it doesn't matter who's on the other side of the door that you're knocking on, it's always the same reaction, and it's, can you take me with you? With you. They see the ET and their mind's already where they're at. It's real now. I know. I see them. They're here, right here with me. They just knocked on my door. And they just communicated with me that they were confused and wanted to know why the world was the way it was, why we were doing what we do to each other, why we treat each other the way we treat each other. And I answered back with all I could think of, which was, take me with you, please. Doesn't matter who I imagine putting behind that door. Their reaction, it's always the same. That's what I see. They're not going to be landing on anybody's lawn. It's just not. UFOs. Government doesn't know. They want to know, just like you. They know something's there, just like the rest of us, many of us. We've looked, we've seen, we've spent personal time invested in deep thought, because it is something that requires some pretty deep thinking. The implications of such a truth, the ramifications of sharing that information with each and every single person. How are they going to react? In ways, it's like I mentioned early on in this stream, that one is given a token that embodies that gift of being able to, like a magic lamp that doesn't deal with numbers. It's the same thing. That's the kind of thought that's going to go on in the minds of many a golden ticket, big change, and it's just not going to be that way. I wish I could be the bearer of some 60-second slot of time infomercial that encapsulated all you need to know and to achieve instantaneous success, instant ascension, because that's really what I see many looking to hold on to reach ascension. I'm going to move beyond this and yet retain who they are beyond death. Nobody wants to die. Who wants to die? Whoever created this scenario, whatever created this scenario, the whole life and death. It's a very interesting play on words. Yeah, UFOs. I just felt like slipping it in there. It's a good title word for the title. Get people to come that maybe listen that wouldn't have listened. And it's not necessarily that I'm trying to bait, I guess. That's the word people use. Because I'm very passionate about the whole UFO phenomena. Again, I think the government does not know much. They want to know. These beings aren't knocking on their door. They're not knocking on anybody's door, really. Not in the ways that people have this expectation of. You know, land on the lawn, knock at the door. It's beyond. That's where this whole dream state thing that I'm up here talking about, sharing, speaking up, because I feel it's a very important part of what's taking place. Right now, it's unbelievable what's going on. I don't know who you are. All I know is who I am, and I am witness, been witness through technology to be a witness to what's going on in the world right now, what's playing out, things that people are doing to one another. It's unreal. It's unreal. It doesn't make sense. This is not supposed to happen. That's not reality. Yet there it is. It's not what I remembered. I remembered a day when it was nothing like the way it is today. It's unfortunate that it takes time for us, anyway, for the human race, to get from here to there. Distance. UFOs. Yeah. Okay. I don't know how I did with that one. Again, I could go on and on. I don't want to spend too long up here. Already I've been here for 40 minutes. Try to keep this under an hour, around an hour. It's getting warm in here. I'm seeing a little bit of perspiration starting to develop. So, I guess it's time for my third swing at the ball. Again, the park is over there. This is probably the word that I put in the title that more might have been inclined to click. and see what I was gonna talk about. Okay, so that would be the word sex. S-E-X, male, female. Let me just make that clear, put that out there. And because you can't be either, apparently. But I want to say that the reason any of us are here are because of male and female coming together. Okay, it's how it's always been. Only until of late has it's actually become an issue, a problem, like nature is wicked and evil to do that to us. Create man and woman. Absolutely ridiculous. It is. Sex is, here, let's just get this going, okay? I put a video up, my previous stream. What's it been, like 4 days ago or so? No, 6 days ago. Back on July 2nd. I streamed for about an hour. And I got a comment from Donald Johnson, who replied to my video. And let me see, let me pull this up. Okay, go ahead and do this. So yeah, okay, as you see, Donald Johnson there, DJ. So I had to reply to his he put a link in, and so I replied with some question marks. Are you psychic, DJ? I always spend a moment right after I stream and think about what my next stream will convey and let it stew in my mind till the next stream comes along. Sex has been on my mind. Overrated, misunderstood, used, and abused. And then I come here and see you, DJ, sharing for all to see, for the record, who you are. Father has a song for you. I asked on your behalf. I took a snap with my phone and will include it in my next stream. This is what randomly played. There we go. So yeah, if you know me, you know that I listen with the music. I am participating in a conversation with a presence, God, E.T., whatever you can wrap your head around and feel comfortable. That's important. You can't get freaked out. So this intelligence, this presence, is able to use the music. It's like it's with you in your mind. All you gotta do is think of thoughts. Think of things you want answers to, say. feelings. How does God feel about a certain thing? There's many ways to approach a relationship. This intelligence is able to use the music. Random music playing, say on your cell phone, or maybe you have a massive playlist, or any of the other means of being able to generate random music. All the radio stations. And think thoughts. Think about a conversation with this intelligence, which is able to use the music to correspond, so to speak. Press play and listen. So that's what I did for Mr. Donald Johnson, who felt compelled to put the link there. I have not visited and have no reason or need to. Donald apparently does, and felt it important to use my platform to share that. And so I took it upon myself to spend a moment with this presence, this intelligence, which I see as God for all, just to make it simple. God. It's intelligent. I feel connected, close to it, always there. I feel comfortable embracing Father. It makes it easier to approach with that mindset. I'm comfortable. So I took my moment and thought about this individual, Donald Johnson, while I am with this presence, wondering what does it think of what Donald shared and my thoughts, because I was thinking these things that I wrote down in my reply. And I pressed play on Pandora. And it was very clear. The connection, it's always very clear. I encourage people to, well, it's hard now, all this virus stuff happening. But to hang out with the music, together, and they would see how you just can see like this. It's just so obvious. Got fake tatas, real beer, a comedy piece from David Cross. And then the album name that it came from. Shut up, you effing baby. Oh, that's just so clear. I took a picture of it when it came up. It's like, oh my. Yeah, I said, I put in my reply that I was going to put the snapshot up in my next stream, which I have just done. This presence is here. This intelligence is here right now. As far as sex goes, I think that, like I said, I tried to keep it simple. It's overrated, misunderstood, used, and abused. It just simply is. You can't get rid of it. That's the part that I get confused by, that there's this this drive There we go. This drive to get rid of it. The notion of sex, like sex is a bad thing. It's why we're here. It's what makes us us. I am a male. I'm perfectly content as a male. I've never ever thought I want to be anything other than who I am, which was a male. I acknowledged that I am a male, that I want to be more. I don't want this to be the end of the road. I want that token. My hand is open, and that token that embodies the dream realized right now. It's unfortunate right now. Hooey, what's going on? I think that the world is going to be in shock. The public, they're going to be in shock from what the message that I'm seeing that's being put out there. This woman, Miss Maxwell. A lot of people are going to go down, and it's about time. It's about time. Needs to happen. It needed to happen a long time ago. It amazes me how slow we actually are. I mean, we think we're good at problem solving and just getting better and better, but then on the other hand, it's taken longer and longer and longer to get the things that really mattered done timely. Yeah, I think people are I see, you got Mr. Prince, Princey Prince, Andrew there. I keep hearing he doesn't sweat, or maybe he's got to be sweating right now. I mean, I'm sweating just thinking about the situation these people are in. It's hot in here. But yeah. I think people are going to be blown away. Unreal. Just how could it ever be? And Queenie, what'd you do wrong? He's your kid. And you laid on your back, and out he came. And he's under your custodianship. I think money. I've said for years, I started saying it on Facebook years ago, that I don't want to be a participant in this world that's being created. A world where I can't even be me. The me that had no control over being. Male, female. I want to be beyond either. I don't want to be either. I've been reaching for a part of me, relationship, but not in a sexual way. I envision two minds becoming one mind, and the dreaming for the first time. So much more to say. Sax is one of those weird ones. I hope you guys are all ready, though, because it sounds like some bad news is coming your way. Okay. Till next time. Be well and smile.